Good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening, or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share and play.
DEPHEMEREMBER, hosted by Luise Heinzl and 49 Dragonflies, and the prompts for today are beads and postage stamp dangle. Animal is butterfly. Yay! So as I was going through my beads, I came across my great uncle Al's beads. He actually hand-turned these for my mum. Gosh, back in the 70s. Be mid-70s. I remember when Mum got them in the mail and she gave them to me not too long ago when I was starting macrame again. So, I don't know, just a nice memory to share. Anyhow, for my postage stamp, I was going to actually do a hidden paperclip and put a little butterfly postage stamp on that and then clip the dangle off that. But, everything else in this journal's big, so I decided to go big. So, postage stamp buttons, and there's a little butterfly on each side. And I went, I can do that. So they are my dangle topper. Now, I just attach them by tying through a single thread one way, and then I tied it through the other way as well. Now, right at the end, I did end up gluing in some coloured, cheesecloth around this, just to give it a little bit of a even more rustic edge. You will not believe this. It just grows and grows. Now, I faffed a lot. I'm really in my element when I'm working with fibre and beads and all that sort of stuff. So I did some macrame knotting because that was fun, and I think it was actually a lawn thread that I used. So it does hold a knot, quite nicely. I did some square knots at the top and then some half square knots for the twist. Really played alternate half hitches, lots and lots of knots, just basic knots. So when I was putting my beads on, I'd put a knot in between or a little macrame knot in between. Now, at this point, I'm thinking I'm very clever, and then I realised, oh my goodness, I've only got 4 threads. How am I going to put a tassel inside this? So this is what I came up with. And this is where the tying starts. Well, I put this on with a double hitch, but I just kept tying pieces into this as I went down. And I realised this was going to be bigger than Ben-Hur at this point. This is when I realised it. Took me a little while. Anyhow, I pinned it down onto a board because, that's a much easier way to do your macrame. And I just started tying fabrics in and putting beads all down those 4 strings, and I knotted in some more fabric as we went. So it just gave me more little, little branches off. It seems quite laborious when you're putting on beads, but actually it's just fun. It just takes you back to childhood. So here I'm just doing half hitches, and on either thread I would put a little silver bead in this one. So I'd put a silver bead on one side, do a few more half hitches, and then a silver bead on the other side. I really did just muck about and keep putting little pieces in and keep putting little pieces of fabric in. I got these gorgeous delivery today, actually, with all these beautiful sari fabrics and so forth. So I had to have them in, there's a law. Some beads on the sari fabric, that was a nice touch. I kind of stuck to reds and blues, those aqua sort of colours and blues, and I actually really love those colours together. The red just gives it a little pop. Oh, that's such a cute little flower bead that you put a seed bead on above and below. And all the way through, I put little butterflies and little leaves, and that's pretty much it. It's really off those 4 threads, believe it or not, that you've got that whole dangle. And then I just clipped it on. That's how I ended up finishing the top, and I put some little beads on the end of the thread. And there it is on the actual book. So I hope you enjoyed. I know it's massively quick. I just wanted to show you that I did do it today. I did do my day 8. And it is pretty. So, well, I think so. I'm allowed to say that about my creation, aren't I? I think so. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow.
I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy!